Hey, how y'all doing today? Welcome to Big Al's Eats. Today we're not cooking, we're doing an unboxing, and I bought a Central Machinery 1 inch by 30 inch belt sander. Got this from, what's the name of that place? Harbor Freight. They got lots of nice stuff out there. But I was talking to and I bought this especially for sharpening knives. I've got a friend, and he is a knife maker, and he says one of these is a must to have if you're going to make knives and keep them sharp. Now, I'm no professional knife sharpener. Hey, I can get one sharp enough to peel a potato, but after a while, you know, the blade, you turn the blade on it, and it gets to where you can't sharpen it. And I was instructed by my knife making friend that you could get you one of these and put that edge back on it like it needs to be. So let's unbox this thing, open it up and see what we've got. And like I say, I'm just now opening this, and I've looked on YouTube at some videos of this type of sander, and it looks like it might be a pretty good little deal, you know. Alright, there's a plate. It looks like this thing comes pretty well assembled already. Like I say, I'm just now opening this up, and this is all news to me. So yeah, here it is, and it's got a real rough belt on it, real aggressive belt, and I'm going to go ahead and get this thing assembled, and I'm going to attempt to sharpen one of my knives. So while I'm getting this plugged in and getting it all hooked up, I'll go over the rest of this with you. So y'all stick around, we'll be back in just 1 second. Let's get it plugged in, get it ready to go. Okay, I think that we're ready to go now. I went ahead and I installed the plate, and what it was is just one little bolt that holds it on, and it's got the bolts right around here on this side. You have to install that to hold the plate on, and after doing that, you want to make sure that the plate sits at a 90-degree angle. So I took my speed square here, and I took this belt guard off, and you set it up there and make sure it sits flat up against that. And while I had that apart, I also ordered separately an arrangement of different belts, anywhere from 80 grit to a 1200 grit. Being this is like a 1200 grit, this is just for like polishing, so to speak. You're not going to remove a lot of material with that. You could use 1200 just to touch up a blade on your knife. So, and also that come with the belts is this angle attachment that you put on to get the correct angle on a knife. You know, if you're unsure about doing it by hand and you don't want to mess the angle up, which can affect the sharpness, I got this little guard, and and what I done, I went ahead and I changed out the belt. And to do that, you just unscrew this screw here from the top and remove this safety cover there. And you can see the belt inside, and it has a screw on the back here that you turn it left to right to true up the belt that's on there, make sure it runs true on those pulleys. So while I had the belt off, I went ahead and installed this angle gauge here. And to install it, there's just a plate behind the belt here, and you just slide it down over that plate. Real simple, nothing to it. And it has adjustments on the side here for the different angle. This thing, it tilts a little bit. So, and I've got it at about 42 degrees angle is what I'm gonna use to start with. So now what I'm gonna do, you know, for safety reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put these covers back on, and everything is in place, ready to go. It's a matter of putting the belt on that you like. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes to take the cover off the guard that goes up here on the top, and it just goes back on. You tighten it down with a Phillips head screw, and then put your cover back on. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back on, and I'm going to attempt to put an edge back on this Dexter knife that I've got here. This is was a boning knife, and I got it from a meat market. It's a knife, you know, they've got their use out of it, and the guy gave it to me. So it's wore out to him, but it's like new to me. So let me get all this back on, and we'll attempt to put an edge back on this very dull boning knife. Okay, I have everything reinstalled on the sander. And one thing I want to bring to your attention, when you unpack this, it has oil on it, I guess through shipping from China. I'm sure it's probably a product of China. So on its long voyage on that ship, they have it rubbed down real nicely with a little oil to keep it from rusting on that trip across the big ocean. So with that being said, I've taken a paper towel and wiped it down. Like I say, it does have a good coat of oil all over it. I guess that's not a bad thing. So now let's cut this on and see what we can do. I've got my angle set, everything set up like it should be. So I'm going to cut it on and run a couple passes through here. Job so far. The machine is a lot quieter than I expected. I watched some of the reviews that other people were putting on there, and they talked about how loud it was and the knocking noise it made. But I think it's doing real well. I've just made a couple passes through there, and yes, I can tell a huge difference so far. I have a butcher steel here, and whenever you sharpen this, it says, you know, that you should feel a little burr on the side, and you can use a leather strop to get rid of that, or a butcher steel. So I'm just going to run it across this butcher steel a time or two and see what we got going with that. That should do just fine. That puts a really decent edge on it for you know, my first time using this. It could use a little bit more work. Like I say, I just run a few passes over it, and I could probably go to a different type of belt on here, a little bit finer, coarse, less coarse, I mean. So with that being said, you know, $44, you know, not a bad price. It was $40 and some change, something like that. And nice, quiet running machine. It's not bad. I think it's money well spent, and what's nice is going to be able to get that proper cutting angle on your knives. And after doing that, you know, you probably won't have to use this but a couple times a year, I'm guessing. Don't know. But I'm very happy with the machine. I'm going to use it a whole lot more. I've got a pile of knives to sharpen, so yes, I would recommend buying this if you're looking for a lightweight sander. This would be the thing for you. So it gives my stamp of approval. So from Big Al's Eats, thanks for joining in on this knife sharpening belt sander introduction and unboxing. Product is an excellent product, I believe. So get out there and get you some. Make them knives sharp. thank you for joining me over here at Big Al's Eats.